Ever wonder how your childhood experiences might be shaping your self-esteem today? In this video, we're going to explore the deep impact those early years have on your confidence and how they might be holding you back. From the praises you received to the criticisms you endured, every detail has played a part. By the end of our time together, you'll not only understand the roots of your self-esteem, but also discover practical ways to rebuild and enhance your confidence as an adult. Ready to unearth these insights and start your journey towards a stronger self-image? Let's get started. Don't miss out on our bonus tip at the end of the video, which seamlessly connects all these insights. It's a key strategy for turning your inner critic into a supportive ally, crucial for bolstering your self-esteem. Stay tuned for this transformative advice. 1. The foundations of self-esteem. Self-esteem isn't just about feeling good after a win or down after a loss. It's deeper than that. If you've got strong self-esteem, life's little ups and downs don't shake you much. But if your self-esteem is shaky, the same challenges can really throw you off. Think about how self-esteem builds up over time. It's shaped by our wins and losses, sure, but also by how people around us, like family and teachers, have treated us since we were kids. The support or criticism we got back then plays a big part in how we see ourselves now. So, when we talk about the foundations of self-esteem, we're looking at more than just how we handle daily events. We're looking at how our past has built up or worn down our sense of worth. And getting a grip on this can make a big difference in facing life's challenges head-on. 2. Positive versus negative childhood experiences. Childhood is like the foundation of a building when it comes to self-esteem. Positive experiences, like being heard when you talk, treated with respect, getting the right amount of attention, and feeling loved, act like strong bricks. They build up a sense of worth and belonging that's hard to shake later in life. On the flip side, negative experiences can leave cracks. Harsh words, any form of abuse, being ignored or made fun of, or being pushed too hard to be perfect can chip away at that foundation. It's like every negative comment or unkind action removes a brick from your self-esteem, making it less stable and more vulnerable to future challenges. So, when we compare these two types of childhood experiences, it's clear how they can lead to very different outcomes. A well-supported childhood builds a strong, resilient sense of self, while a challenging one might leave someone always trying to patch up the gaps. Understanding this contrast helps us see why building or repairing self-esteem isn't just about changing what we think about ourselves now, but often involves healing and learning from those early experiences. 3. The inner voice and self-esteem. Every one of us has an inner voice, a kind of running commentary inside our head. It's shaped early on, echoing the voices of our childhood. Parents, teachers, friends. This inner dialogue can act like a cheerleader or a critic, depending on what we heard most growing up. If your childhood was filled with encouragement and support, your inner voice might often be your biggest fan, reminding you of your worth and cheering you on through life's challenges. It's like having a personal coach in your corner, pushing you to do your best and celebrate your wins. But if you faced a lot of criticism or negativity as a kid, that inner voice might sound more like a harsh critic. It might jump on every mistake, replaying old messages that you're not good enough, or highlighting your flaws. This relentless self-criticism can wear down your self-esteem, making you doubt your abilities and worth. The key is recognizing that this inner voice is a product of the past, not an unchangeable truth. Understanding where it comes from can be the first step in shifting from self-criticism to self-support, moving towards a kinder, more encouraging dialogue within yourself. I hope you're finding value in this video so far. If you are, why not show some support? A quick like, dropping a comment, or subscribing would mean the world. It's not just about expanding our community. It's about engaging with you. Your insights shape our content, so share your thoughts below. Each like, comment, and subscription makes a real impact. Thank you for being an essential part of this journey. 4. The impacts of low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is a chain reaction, setting off a series of negative outcomes across different aspects of life. When you don't feel good about yourself, it's like carrying a weight that impacts everything from your mental health to how you perform at school or work. First off, it's a big player in mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Imagine constantly doubting yourself and seeing the world through a lens of not being good enough. That's a recipe for feeling anxious in social situations or down when things don't go as planned. Then there's the effect on relationships. Low self-esteem can make you less likely to speak up, express your needs, or even enter into relationships, fearing you're not worthy. It can turn even the best relationships into a minefield of doubts and misunderstandings. Academically and professionally, that inner voice telling you you're not up to par can hold you back from reaching your full potential. It's tough to aim high or take risks when you're bogged down by self-doubt. And perhaps one of the more dangerous turns is the increased risk of substance abuse. Sometimes people turn to drugs or alcohol as a way to escape the constant barrage of negative self-talk, not realizing it's only a temporary and harmful fix. Breaking this chain of negative impacts starts with addressing the root, building a healthier, more supportive inner dialogue. Recognizing the widespread effects of low self-esteem is the first step towards fostering a stronger, more resilient sense of self. 5. Identifying low self-esteem. Low self-esteem can wear many masks, making it a bit of a chameleon in the world of personal psychology. Let's unmask 3 common personas: the imposter, the rebel, and the victim. Each of these reveals a unique way low self-esteem influences behavior and attitude. The imposter is all about appearances. This person appears confident and successful to the outside world, but it's a facade. Internally, they're plagued by a fear of being found out, for not being as good as they seem. This fear drives them to overcompensate, striving for perfection and overachieving, yet they rarely feel satisfied with their accomplishments. Then there's the rebel, who seems to not care about anyone's opinion. They often dismiss feedback and may come across as hostile or indifferent to authority. But beneath this tough exterior is a deep-seated fear of not measuring up. Their rebellious attitude is a shield against feeling vulnerable or exposed to criticism. Lastly, the victim often feels powerless and unable to change their circumstances. They might avoid taking on challenges, fearing failure, and often depend on others for validation and decision-making. This persona is marked by a sense of helplessness and a tendency to blame external factors for their difficulties. Recognizing these faces of low self-esteem is crucial because it helps us understand the underlying issues and address them more effectively. Each persona is a coping mechanism, a way to deal with deep-seated doubts and fears. Understanding this can be the first step towards fostering a healthier, more positive self-view. 6. Steps toward building self-esteem. Boosting self-esteem requires consistent effort and the right techniques. Here are 3 practical steps to start strengthening your self-regard. First up, take on the inner critic. This voice might be used to having the mic, replaying every stumble and fumble. Start by noticing when it chimes in and challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? More often than not, you'll find these harsh critiques are based on outdated beliefs, not your current reality. Next, practice self-compassion. This means treating yourself with the same kindness you'd offer a good friend. Made a mistake? Instead of beating yourself up, offer words of comfort and encouragement to yourself. Remember, everyone messes up sometimes. It's part of being human. Finally, don't go it alone. Seeking support from friends, family, or even professionals can make a huge difference. Sharing your struggles and victories with others not only provides perspective, but also reminds you that you're not alone in your journey. These steps aren't a one-time fix, but a path to gradually building a stronger, more resilient sense of self. And with each step, you're not just boosting your self-esteem, you're shaping a more confident and compassionate you. Bonus tip: transforming the inner critic. Turning your inner critic into a supportive ally is like reprogramming a software to work for you, not against you. The strategy is simple: catch, challenge, and change. First, catch those critical thoughts as they come. This means being aware when you're slipping into negative self-talk. Next, challenge these thoughts. Question their accuracy and helpfulness. Ask yourself, is this thought based on facts or just my feelings? Is it helping me or holding me back? This step is about separating fact from fiction and recognizing that just because you think something doesn't make it true. Finally, change the dialogue. For every critical thought, counter it with something positive and encouraging. If your inner critic says, "You're not good enough," counter with, "I'm doing my best, and that's enough." This isn't about ignoring your flaws, but acknowledging your efforts and progress. This process isn't an overnight fix, but with time and practice, you can shift your inner dialogue from a source of stress to a source of strength. It's about turning that inner voice from your harshest critic to your biggest cheerleader, supporting you through life's ups and downs. Up next, discover the surprising psychological effects of being an only child, or learn about the common signs of toxic parents. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.